Our next toolkit entry for geometry is actually, once again, some algebra review here. And this topic is called multiplying binomials. First of all, what is a binomial? That's anything with two terms in it. We can also have trinomials as well. And in this case here, we have binomials here. We have 3x plus 2 is one binomial, so it has two terms. And this is also binomial because it has two terms as well. And so what we learned in our algebra connections class is there's different techniques. You can also use FOIL if you'd really like to, but we were always talking about how to use generic rectangles to multiply binomials. So what you want to do is you want to make, since this is a 2 by 2 here, two terms by two terms, you want to make a 2 by 2 box. And along one side I'm going to write 3x and plus 2. And along the bottom side, I'm going to put the other binomial, so 2x and a minus 7. And what we're going to do here is we are going to multiply these terms together here. So for instance, we have 3x times 2x. So that's going to be this box right here, 3x times 2x. So that's going to be 6x squared. Then this box is going to be 2 times 2x. And 2 times 2x is 4x. This next box, the top right one, would be whatever 3x times negative 7 is, and negative 7 times 3x would be negative 21x. And the final box, the bottom right, would be positive 2 times negative 7, that would be negative 14. And so these four answers here, and I'm going to go ahead and circle them in green. So we have 1, we have 2, and we got 3. And finally, here's number 4 over here. What we're going to do is we're going to add these together here if there's any like terms. So let's look for the biggest power first. So 6x squared, I'm going to write it over here. And there's no other x squareds. So I've taken care of that one there. Now I'm going to look for x's. I've got a 4x and a negative 21x. These are like terms, so let's go ahead and add these together. What's negative 21x plus 4x? That's negative 17x. And then finally down here, we've taken care of these two. Negative 14 would be written right here. So our answer is down here at the bottom. It is 6x squared minus 17x minus 14. So that's when we're multiplying two binomials together here. Well, let's make it a little harder here. What if we had, in this case here, we have a binomial times a trinomial, because this has three terms? Well, it just becomes a little more complicated down here. So let's write the binomial along the left here, so that would be 2x plus 4. And along the bottom, the trinomial would be x squared minus 3x and a plus 5. So we're going to go ahead now and multiply together like we were before. So this first square up here would be 2x times x squared. And so that would be 2x to the third power. Alright, next we would have 4 times x squared. That's this box right here. And that would be 4 times x squared would be 4x squared. This box here in the middle on the top would be 2x times a negative 3x. So it's this one times this one. And that would be negative 6x squared. Box below that would be 4 times negative 3x. And 4 times a negative 3x would be negative 12x. Getting close here. Next box over here on the top would be 2x times 5, and 2x times 5 would be 10x. And then our last square here is going to be 4 times 5, and 4 times 5 would be 20. And as always, we want to go ahead and simplify this here. So let's look for the highest power right here. Are there any other x to the thirds? Nope. So I'm just going to write this one down here. Alright, that one's been taken care of here. We have x squared right here. Do we have any other x squared? Yep, right over here. So let's combine these two together. Negative 6 and a positive 4 would be negative 2. So it'll be negative 2x squared. So these are now taken care of. We have x's. We have 10x. We have negative 12x. 10x minus 12x would be negative 2x. So that's taken care of. And then finally we have a plus 20 here. So it's important to note that our final answers down here that I just circled here, you are not done just by doing the boxes. Doing the boxes is not enough. You also need to combine like terms and write your answer on the outside. So that's a little trip down memory lane to how you multiply binomials.